What's up everyone, I hope you've had a fantastic week. If you're new to the channel, then welcome to RNG Reptiles. If not, then welcome back. Today's going to be a slightly shorter video than normal. Just going to give some updates on the breeding projects with the first two females that we've started to pair now. And then going to give you a little insight into the Viper substrate that we've bought as well. So stick around and let's dive in. So today we're cracking open the first pack of the Viper bedding substrate that we bought from the B2U Breeders Club convention. And it comes in this massive block that we need to rehydrate. Now, the last thing that I tried to rehydrate was some sphagnum moss for some of our humid hides. And after a couple of days it went ridiculously mouldy, so fingers crossed that this one actually goes better than the last time we tried to rehydrate something. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty big block of substrate, and according to the instructions, once rehydrated, this is actually would fill an 80-litre bag as a minimum. So I've just got out our hacksaw, so I'm going to try and cut this in half and see how that goes. Yes, we get something good for a blooper reel. Yeah, this is not going smoothly. I don't think this is supposed to be sewn.
You're right. I think, yeah.
We might be better trying to break some of the block off rather than saw it off.
Yep. That is a move to plan B.
Yeah. Watch this. Like, this is well compressed. This block is definitely not forthcoming when it comes to splitting apart.
No.
Part of me is thinking, let's rehydrate it all, and then we'll just split it over several boxes to use in the future. You know?
It's a good thing we have spare tubs.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Alright, let's just go for it. So it says, add hot water and leave to stand for 10 minutes, then mix, then add hot water again and leave to stand for 30 minutes, and then it's ready to use.
Okay.
Alright, so we've boiled 4 litres of water and we put it in here, just letting it stand for a little while so that it's not actually boiling for when we pour it on top of the block. So just going to pour it over now and let the 10-minute timer begin. So we've waited the 10 minutes, so we're just going to give this a little bit of a stir, add another 4 litres of hot water, then it's a 30-minute wait and we're done. So it seems to be soaking up nicely. Got wood going everywhere. Oh wow, the bottom is just falling off. Right, so we've scraped off the outer layer of the block, so we're now left with this. This is virtually bone dry, so there's very little, if any, water actually on what's left of the block. So what we've decided to do is we're going to actually add another 4 litres of hot water to what remains of this block, then we're going to combine them, add a tiny bit more water and let them stand for half an hour to try and complete the instructions. So immediately after adding the water, this is what the block looks like. It literally just, it's falling to pieces. Like literally zero effort breaking this stuff off by the way. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's literally like well cooked beef. So it's been 10 minutes now, and it's looking pretty good. Oh wow, okay, it's completely come into bits in my hands.
Teamwork makes a dream work.
You are absolutely right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you see that one block that I just poured a little bit over?
That was incredible.
No. That's enough.
Wow, I
Daddy,
can
that's
actually
enough.
see it expanding
That's enough.
with my eyes. Okay, so the third lot of 10 minutes is now over, and hopefully, oh wow, yeah, okay. Hopefully the last of this block should now dissolve. Ooh. If I can try and restrain myself from throwing it everywhere. You can see that the centre is still a little bit dry, and that's where the final step, where you're supposed to leave it for half an hour, comes in. But yeah, look, it's just breaking apart pretty easily.
The comparison of not being able to sew it in half to this, it's astonishing.
Yeah, so still clearly needs a bit of rehydrating. It's still going to expand quite a lot. But yeah, I mean, so far so good. It doesn't feel too damp, which is one of the worries. You don't want to use too much water because that's when it will mould, just like my sphagnum moss did. But yeah, pretty happy so far, and I like it much, much more than buying the 70-litre bags of bark chip. Because, well, we know this is free from insects, whereas the last bag of bark chip we got seems to have a load of teeny tiny flies in it. Alright, so we've now left all of the cocoa chip for half an hour.
Sorry.
It has gone all over the kitchen.
Yeah. And we've pretty much filled to the brim both of these 33-litre tubs. So, I mean, I don't think we've gotten 80 litres out of it, but it's not a million miles away. And I really, really like the look of this wood chip. So we're gonna fill a couple of the vivs with this stuff now, and then we'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, Silko, hopefully this is alright for you. Something a little bit different than you're used to, but it feels comfier to touch, so hopefully it's comfier for you as well.
So the tank in itself doesn't look too different, does it?
No, it actually looks very similar, but compared to the bark, the cocoa husk, it's a lot springier, so I'd like to think it's a bit more cushiony for him. But also,
we'll see.
It feels, it might be psychological, but it feels like it's cleaner than the bark chip as well. It's not covered in dirt like the bark chip is. Alright, Sejuani, you get to try out the new bedding as well. I hope that you like it. Oh, it's taken off.
She's headbutted the water bowl.
Definitely interested though, isn't she?
It's a completely different smell and different feel, so.
Yeah. So that's it for the little demo of the Viper substrate. The recording of us actually kind of dissolving the block was made a few days ago. And since that footage was taken, we've actually put a few of our snakes onto the viper bedding, and so far so good. They've eaten fine, there was no kind of delay or loss of appetite or anything like that. It's just gone really well, and personally I really like the bedding a lot more. As far as updates on the animals go, so the first time we paired Sejuani was about 4 weeks ago-ish now, and just last week I tried to feed her a small adult rat, and she struck the food, but she seemed to struggle to actually get it down, which is really unlike her. So this week I actually offered her a medium-sized wiener rat, which is much smaller, and she absolutely scoffed that down. So I'm wondering if her difficulty swallowing the small adult rat might have had something to do with the fact that she's building eggs. Now, I don't have an ultrasound, which a lot of big breeders do have and do use, but I'm feeling good about this one, feeling really, really good, really excited. So watch this space, and we'll keep you posted with any further developments. So that's it from us at RNG Reptiles this week. As I said, slightly shorter video than normal, but just wanted to make sure that we actually covered the exciting bit of update. Actually got to give you guys a glimpse of the new bedding and how pleased we are with it as well. But stick around, because we've got some pretty exciting stuff in the works for next week and the following weeks up to Christmas. So if you like this video, please do drop a like. Please make sure, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscription button and hit that notification bell as well.
And click that button and goodbye bye.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.